Alright, this is jumping a little bit ahead, but the bane of every new player to Total War Shogun 2 doing the campaign has to be Realm Divide. Realm Divide happens when you have usually 19 or 20 provinces. In this situation, it's going to push when I have 17 provinces. And it occurs basically just to stop. After a little while, your economy would just become runaway out of control, and the game would get way too easy on your push to Kyoto. So to fix that, they have this thing called Realm Divide, where basically every clan, you lose about 150 reputation with every clan, and basically they all end up declaring war on you. It is possible to hold somebody from Realm Divide, but Realm Divide ends up being cumulative. So it sort of builds up and builds up, and eventually you're gonna be cut off from everybody. And it takes a huge effort to stay connected with people. So you have to make sure that your economy can stand on its own. I know I'm gonna lose this Chosokabe trade route. But I can see here by looking at it that it's okay. It's going to be enough. I won't go into bankruptcy from it. Now you can see my economy is shit right now. It's been a really hard. I don't want to get into it, but I wasn't able to establish trade routes early on, which you have to do. And well, I was, but I wasn't able to establish enough of them, and I ended up having to declare war on the only people that would trade with me. And I have the black ship, which is a huge upkeep cost, and ultimately I regret having it. I can't just scupper it now though, because rebuilding a navy, obviously I don't have enough money for, but it's costing me 1,200 koku a turn. And probably every other year I've been forced to put it into harbor to repair. I would not recommend taking the black ship. Drain on the economy. But yeah, so you want to make sure, the very first thing you want to make sure is that your navies are advanced to the front line. You cannot let anybody get behind you. So stagger your navies, split them up into multiple stacks, and stagger them, because the range that they can go is so far that if an enemy comes and you attack them, they're going to retreat if you outnumber them, and then they could end up retreating out of range for your attack. So that's really dangerous. I'm going to move these guys up further, and down here I'm going to move them further west as well. You want to make sure that your armies are, right here I'm moving westward, so I need to make sure they're as far west as possible and really pushing these lanes. When you trigger Realm Divide, you want to gobble up real quick as many provinces as you can, and don't be afraid to retreat from them, because it's going to be an onslaught. Like right here, I'm going to hit Hattori. Hattori is going to be pushing at me from the south. Up north, I'm going to have to deal with Hojo, but I'm going to have Hattori pushing me. Shimatsu, who currently hasn't declared war at me, is going to start throwing stacks and stacks of their navy at me. I'm confident in my land army, mostly because I can, fight those battles if I really need to and win them. I'm pretty Yari Ash heavy, which is definitely not ideal, but I need this gold mine, I need more provinces, I need to get my economy going, so I can build up a bigger army and really be confident in what's going on. You can see I've spent just about all my money just trying to build up my army so I can push Realm Divide confidently and be ready for it when it happens. You need to have at least 4 full stacks. I like to have 5 or 6. Right now I probably have about 5. You need a big army. It's big upkeep costs, a big navy. Build your ships, get ships going, get them in production, because you're just going to need it. So yeah, move your agents to the front. Make sure everybody is ready. So yeah, I'll just show you guys the animation. Hopefully you can learn something about how to prepare yourself for Realm Divide. I think it's the most fun part of the game, and without it, the campaign really would get to be pretty face roll. So yeah.
It is dangerous to be the tallest tree, for that is where the axe strikes first. We are victims of conspiracy. I am called an enemy of the state. We must have vigilance. We must prepare for war.
Okay, one last thing I want to add. Looting provinces is always tempting, but the problem with when you loot them is it hurts your daimyo's honor. And when your daimyo's honor gets hurt enough, you're going to actually lose, it's going to cause revolts in your towns. It's going to be negative, I forget what it's called, but it's really bad, especially because you need to have all of your armies towards the front, and you're small, like right here, Uzun, that's not a good example. Fukushima, right here, it only has one building, and, pull the page. It has 3, which is good. A lot of that is because of my daimyo honor. So when my daimyo becomes dishonorable, I'm going to drop to 2 right away. And on top of that, the negative from that can drop me below 0. And it could end up causing revolts behind your lines. You know, obviously you like to have more than one building, but it hurts. I should probably be upgraded. It hurts your food supply, which is your growth, which is really important, especially early on in the game. Now, the other thing I want to point out is pre-Realm Divide, you probably want to build markets throughout. There's a lot of reasons for it, but it's basically, it's the same idea behind like compounding interest and your growth from food. You want to have your markets early on, and then towards after Realm Divide, you want to build sake dens. Burn whatever is in there and build sake dens. You know, don't burn everything, but burn down one thing and build a sake den. The happiness is important, because there is going to be a higher resistance to invaders post-Realm Divide. That's only in newly conquered territories after Realm Divide, so you don't have to worry about it in your older provinces, that particular negative effect. But it is there, so the Sake Den helps that, especially in the one-building towns and the one-building fortresses. So yeah, good luck in your Realm Divide, and you know, I just love this game, so I hope you guys, if you've never played it, I hope you can sort of get a general sense of what's going on, and yeah, best of luck, guys.